how do you do that when you have those powerhouses like the Tyler Perrys and the Oprah Winfreys? For example, that movie Precious that was just out, you know, where it depicts a teenage girl having 2 kids raped by her mother and father.
Right.
What is that saying for the, I have a 16-year-old. That's the only movie she saw that was, you know, in years that has been out about a black teenager.
Right.
You know, and it was such a negative thing. How do you...
We have to speak out about it. I mean, that's the reason we're doing this, is to have a place for you to go to speak out about it. And then find, there are lots and lots of people who feel the way that you do, but what we are doing is we're continuing to not use our resources, not use the media that we have to form a collective group of people to speak out against this. And we can do that. We don't have to have our individual thoughts about it and just like, oh, what can we do about that? We need to speak out and pull together a critical mass to go against it. And we can do that. Just on a local level, there was in Newark, New Jersey, there was a big 24-sheet poster, a big billboard for T.I. jeans. T.I. is a rapper who makes a line of clothing. And the shot was of a man's crotch and a woman down, her head down by his crotch, unzipping his jeans. You know, and the people in the community said, hell no. No, this is not going to stay up here. It's not going to work. And they made so much noise about it, it came down. It can happen. We just have to stop being in these little channels that we're in, basically saying, because what happens is because we have been conditioned to think that we can't do anything because of this all-powerful force. We buy into it and we let things happen. And then after we let things happen for a certain amount of time, we become inured to it. We become unaware, insensitive to it. We let it go. And so we just have to stop letting go. One of the great things I'm hearing about the book is that once you read the book, you'll never look at the media the same way again. So that's, who's next? You want me next?
University of Maryland just did a study about young people and the relationship they have to, say, the social networking media such as Facebook, which they're inundated with media advertisement in there, that these kids actually, when they took their Facebook away for 48 hours, they went through physical and emotional withdrawal. Mm-hmm. And, you know, so I thinking, if this is an addiction, how do we loosen this addiction from the grips of our children who truly cannot get through a day without time to check their email or check their Facebook or do something like that, which to me, these are more venomous types of exposure because they're small bits of subliminal exposure, and to me that's maybe a little bit more dangerous than those big billboards.
It's all dangerous. And it's coming at you in subtle ways and not so subtle ways, and it's coming at you in entertaining ways. It's coming at you in terms of news, in terms of songs. I mean, it's hitting you from all these different directions. The first thing you do is become aware of it, because we are not even aware of it. You know, if I say to you, I certainly don't want to pick on this idol of mine, but if you say in a lyric, the girl is black, but she is sure enough pretty. Anything wrong with that?
Yes.
What? The butt. Yeah. But those are the kinds of things that that we are faced with constantly. I was watching a show and a black guy was talking to a white guy in one of the shows, and he said he was in a club or something, and here comes this black guy, and he said it that way. What was he saying? He was saying that here comes that scary guy, black. Oh, I knew I was in trouble because I saw this black guy coming in. Those are the kinds of things that we are hit with constantly. Little teeny bits of pelting that keeps reinforcing, the idea. We have the preciouses, and we have the blind side, and we have the avatars. People are blue, but it's still about white supremacy and white superiority. Yeah, right. It's the same kinds of messages that are constant. What wins the Academy Award for the best music? It's hard out here for a pimp, and we're happy about that. Yay! And Denzel didn't win the Academy Award for Malcolm. He won it for Training Day. Yeah, he's bad, and boy, rough and hard. This is constant bombardment, and it is so pervasive that the people who are doing it aren't even doing it with malice. They're doing it with insensitivity because they've been conditioned as well.
So, Morgan Free,